Hi. So we are now in the last part of my talk about my speech entitled On Being a Toastmaster. And in this speech, or no, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the conclusion. And this is where I also try to inspire my audience to continue their development as Toastmasters. So let's just continue with this video and after this introduction. Okay, now as before, I'm going to be showing you clips about the speech, and this time I'm going to be showing only two clips because this is near the end of the speech. And I'm going to talk about those clips, what techniques I used, what lessons I learned, and a few backgrounders about the speech. Now, I'm also going to speak, well, without any aids. There are no teleprompters. I don't have any notes in front of me to guide me in what to say, but just speaking as the words come out. Now you may hear me stumble sometimes. You may hear me be at a loss for words. That's okay. I mean, for me, because I'm trying to improve myself as a vlogger. Although I have been trained as a public speaker, I am not really that good in impromptu speaking, meaning just speaking off the cuff. And yeah, anyway. Now, from time to time, you may notice that I seem to have a piece of dirt on my finger. That is not a piece of dirt, that is indelible ink. Because we had elections yesterday, and this is one of the methods they use to determine whether you have finished casting your ballot. Now, I could remove this, but I'm proud that I have been able to cast my vote. And although my candidate didn't win, but that's okay. At least I exercised my right of suffrage. Anyway, let's get going with the speech and my description. Last February 22, I gave my ninth speech. Finally. Speech number 10. This speech I was supposed to deliver next Wednesday during the regular club meeting. But I thought, speech number 10 is about inspiring people. Now, if I'm going to inspire people, I want to inspire a lot of them. Okay, yeah. I think I need to give you a little background about this speech, the origins of this speech. Okay, so after getting back from that training in Manila, that is where I, discovered, right, the benefits that I could get from Toastmasters, what I could use the skills that I learned for. Anyway, so I delivered my ninth speech. Yeah, I said finally. And then I was already working on speech number 10, and I was planning to deliver it in front of my club, in front of my fellow club members. But then the area contests came along. Now, I didn't join the contest because, well, I was working on speech number 10 and I didn't want to, divert my attention. I wanted this speech to be special. Well, it is because it's speech number 10. But, I wanted it to be special. And then, so the area contest came up. Oh, just in case you don't know, we have clubs We have areas, which is composed of several clubs. Then we have divisions, which are composed of several areas. And then we have the district, which is composed of several divisions. The district is the organization for Philippines, right? There are districts in other countries. Anyway, so the area contest came along and I attended as part of the audience. So I was there and I looked around and I noticed I think there were about 30, 50 people more or less. And I thought, you know, I'm going to be delivering a speech for, that is intended to encourage Toastmasters to continue their development. So if I'm going to deliver such a speech, I might as well deliver it in front of a lot of people. So at the end of the area contest, I called the division contest chair, who was April at the time, and I asked her, April, can I be the test speaker for the evaluation contest? Now the test speaker just delivers a speech, and then the contestants will evaluate me, and then they will be judged depending on how well they evaluated my performance. So I was still not a contestant. So I asked her, yeah, can I be the test speaker? And she said, yeah, sure, no problem, right? So I rewrote my speech. I added a few more elements, and then I practiced it, and then finally the division contest came around. So there were more people there, maybe, yeah, because, well, in the area contest you have maybe around 10 to 20 people per club, and at the time I think there were 3 clubs, so there may be around 50 people. So the division contest would have even more. It's possible there were about 100 people or so in that room. So I delivered my speech, and it was very well received. And now, in that room, the district governor happened to be there. Or she didn't happen to be there, she planned to be there. But she was there, and she listened to my speech, and she liked it so much that she invited me to re-deliver the speech at the district convention. Now, the district convention is the main event, so to speak, in the organization of Toastmasters in the Philippines. So and then that is where the you might call it the national finals for the contest will be. Now, I had never attended a district convention ever since. So I thought, wow, okay, this will be my chance to attend a district convention. And so I went there, and when I went into the ballroom, we had it in a ballroom in a hotel, and oh my gosh, there were around 300 to 400 people, and I was going to deliver in front of all of them. I delivered it in front of 100 or so, but that was fine. But there were maybe 300, 400, maybe even more. I'm not very good with estimating crowds, but yeah, there were a lot more people there. And for a few, hours, that nervousness came back, and I was really nervous about going up on stage. But yeah, I trusted the skills that I already had, and I also thought about the message, because I had a message, right? I had something that I wanted to share with people, and that, diminished the fear quite a bit. So when I went up there on stage and the district governor introduced me and said she had listened to my speech and she wants the others to listen as well. So I delivered my speech in front of several hundred people. And again, it was very, very well received. I went off the stage and I don't know how many hands congratulated me. Even people I didn't know, yeah, that was fantastic. But the feeling that I had shared something that people really appreciated, that was a really nice feeling. And that even encouraged me even more. That encouraged me even more to continue my development as a public speaker. Okay, let's listen to the last portion. This is the conclusion. So, you're not a Toastmaster? Come and join us. You won't regret it. Are your Toastmasters still in your basic speeches? Keep them coming. Listen to your evaluators and learn from your mentors. If you're a competent Toastmaster, an advanced, or distinguished Toastmaster, it doesn't end there. Just as I showed those other participants at the training that a good speaker can be a good trainer. Oh, wait, will be a good trainer. You can also share and help others to become good trainers, good speakers, and good leaders as well. Madam Governor. Okay. If anything, yeah, sorry. I'm supposed to talk about what makes a speech inspiring. Now, at the time, I didn't really know, but listening to other speeches, right, I noticed that most of them talked about overcoming a barrier or a difficulty, you know, just something that they had to overcome, a difficulty that they had to overcome. Now, once they overcome that and they share that story, it becomes an inspiring story. And in my speech, I actually had two barriers, right? I had to overcome my fear of public speaking, and then I had to overcome the doubt, the doubt of what Toastmasters was capable or doing for me. What benefit could I get from Toastmasters? And that was how I thought, that is what I thought would be inspiring. But reflecting over the years after delivering this speech, I think it was the conclusion that made the speech what it was. Not so much the story, that was a part of it, but it was more of the conclusion. This is where I encouraged people, not just, there were Toastmasters, meaning Toastmasters who were still in their basic speeches, less than 10 speeches. And then there were competent Toastmasters, those who have gone over 10 and had less than 20, right? And advanced Toastmasters who had 20 up to 20 to 50, I think, speeches. And then distinguished Toastmasters who are which is the highest level of Toastmasters, well, back then. These days it's a little different, but I'm not very familiar with how it's organized these days. But back in those days, the distinguished Toastmaster was the highest level. But I wanted the speech to be relevant, not just for those who were still in their basic speeches, but also for everyone, all the Toastmasters. That is why in my conclusion, I referred to everyone, each and everyone, from those who are still in their basic speeches, those who are competent, those who are advanced, and those who are already distinguished Toastmasters. And I challenge them, continue your development, learn how to speak in public, listen to your evaluators, learn from your mentors. And if you're already among the advanced Toastmasters, it is your job to help other people to become good speakers, good trainers, and good leaders as well. Now, in Toastmasters, a lot of, especially back at the time, a lot of the focus was on public speaking. being able to speak in public. A lot of the focus was there, but especially these days, more focus was given on developing the person as a leader. Because, well, public speaking, being able to communicate is part of being a leader. And that is what they wanted us to focus on. More on leadership, not necessarily less about public speaking, because they go hand in hand. So that is what Toastmasters can do for you. Well, okay, I hope you enjoyed this series of my talks about my speech number 10. Now, if you're interested in joining Toastmasters, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will get in touch with the people in Toastmasters. I still know a lot of them, and I will get them to either contact you or give you contact information for them, and you can join their meetings. Yeah, even people who are not members, you can join the meetings as an observer, right? You can observe how we go about the meetings. You can observe the speakers, how they deliver their speeches, how we evaluate the person, how we go about with the meetings. And I think it's going to be very interesting if you do that. And if you decide to join, well, that's really, really very nice. That is one of the best things that you can do for your development. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hope you had a nice time. In my future videos, I'm going to be, giving more tips about public speaking. I'm also going to be delivering other speeches, although I'm probably not going to dissect them as I did in these past videos. I'm just going to deliver them, and then you decide, okay, he talked about that technique. I like what he did there. I'm going to try and use that. You can use it. There are no patents here, right? You can copy as much as you want, except don't copy the speeches, just the techniques. Okay. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope you stay healthy. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can be informed of any videos that I upload in the future. Stay safe and God bless.